Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco de Artsy Sister, and we're continuing with Time Princess. Let me just finish doing the sound and audio test and make sure that it's actually running. Because that's the most important thing of a live stream, the sound test. And obviously the visual test. Otherwise, if you get audio but no visual, then you definitely did something wrong. Alright, so I like the sound test so far so good. Alright, perfect. Off we go. 7 months of dealing with the nose and trying to end the task before, and the gloom affecting in France is finally fading away. The court reputation has recovered and has even surpassed the repute of the Roy Soler. I've been awake, and even before my wake-up call, and I've been sitting by the window looking out over the sunlit landscape in the direction of Paris. Your Majesty, breakfast session is almost over, and I informed the servants to fetch you some food immediately. Just a while longer, will you talk with me for a bit? Madame Donald looks a little surprised, but she doesn't reject my request. Slowly she walks to my side. His Majesty has already instructed that I do my best to help you rest because you've been working really hard lately. But you won't even eat breakfast, and you've been staring towards Paris ever since you woke up. Is there something bothering you? I just wonder, are the people living a little better now? Are the sacrifices the royal court has made and his friends truly prospering? The Polina family has found it. Gabriel and the rest of the family are now living simple lives. The opportunity to pray for their redemption isn't a bad thing, and if they had lost their riches, they may never have repented. I'm afraid I'm unable to answer your question. That's right, I'm sorry for troubling you. If you wish to find the answer, perhaps it would be better for you to interact with the people directly. A private visit, that is certainly a good idea. Please call for a carriage and prepare to change your clothing. I wish to set out as quickly as possible. Your Majesty, this is most improper. France is currently undergoing a lot of change, and we don't know if things will change for the better or for the worse, and I understand your worry. But for the sake of the kingdom for France, you must continue living the life you usually do. And after taking your breakfast, you must go greet the king and then visit the other noble ladies. Madame Ronan looks sternly, as though she's considering repeating everything in great detail and tell me all about how an ideal queen should spend her day. Oh yes, I know, and I should do everything I'm supposed to do before I go out. Will that suffice? Yes, I'm glad that you understand that you're supposed to adhere to the usual standards, and I should prepare your breakfast right away. Please wait. She's still the same. I feel as much more at ease around with her. Afterwards, I changed into a more casual and prep for the visit. This outfit is simple and easy to move around, and I love it. The king is concerned about your safety and has informed that you are not allowed to go out alone. Who do you wish to have as your champion? Soon Lafayette arrives at the estate, and we get in the carriage and set off for the bustling Parisian market. Lafayette, this sudden request must have disrupted your schedule, and thank you for accompanying me. You're just thinking of the future of France, and there's no reason for me to turn it down. And even if you were to ask me for personal reasons, I wouldn't refuse either. Does he mean? Before I can say further, Lafayette turns to the side and coughs slightly. Anyway, the changes you made had led to the development towards a brighter future, and everything we see now is proof of that. The marketplace flows of dust and is strong with people, and the merchants yell to advertise their wares. The raw energy and bustle that only a marketplace could possibly have is infectious, and I'm overjoyed. This seems a lot livelier than the last time I visited. If you take a walk around, you'll find even more to be delighted about. And I believe that you'll like the present the people have for you. It better not be a guillotine. May I know what it is? Let me keep it a secret for now, and you'll find out soon enough. And the usual Saint Lafayette has a hint of mysterious mirth about him, and I'm even more curious than before. And we reach the food court in the center of the marketplace, and as we draw near, I detect a familiar smell. and my smelling gold gone home. I cry stress and look who brought with me today. And then there are a few children and man in the car and they see me and Angeli smiles right off their face and they bring me a piece of Google House. An angel of Astria, and we made this with all of our hearts, and please eat it, and we hope you like it. Chris, are you stupid? You have to call her Your Majesty, and we must be polite, and Isabel said we mustn't be rude. An angel is an angel, right? And why can't we call her Angel, Therese? You're hopeless, I give up. Marquise Lafayette says something. Well, normally it is polite to call the Queen Your Majesty, but I believe that she'll be happy to hear you call her Angel. He smiles at me and his eyes are full of warmth and praise. And smiling I nod and my head and the children start shining excitedly. The angel smiles, she smiles. And you call her Angel too. Oh, never mind, as long as Miss Angel is happy. The earnest smile are so cheery that Lafayette and I exchange grins. Chris, Therese, and why are you so nice to me? You helped us at Notre Dame once and you give out so much money and have you forgotten? Money. And I studied her endlessly, and their innocent, adorable faces slowly overlapped with her faces of skinny malnourished children of Notre Dame. Oh my goodness, you're the children from back then. And it's only been a handful of months, but there has been such a huge change in them, and if they hadn't reminded me, I might have not recognized them. I'm so glad that you're doing so well, and this is wonderful. And thank you, and I'm really thankful that you showed me that all of my efforts to give you cake has not gone to waste. You're welcome, Miss Angel, and try the cake. Well, I don't mind if I do. I take a bite and I savor the familiar sweetness, and the taste reminds me of my homeland and of Gabrielle. This is so delicious, and how do you know how to make this? Oh, a lady at the Abbey taught us, and she's an angel just like us, gentle and pretty, and she has such patience when she taught us how to bake this. A good house, an Abbey, an angelic gentle lady, it might just be. Perhaps Lafayette knows more, and I glance at him, and he gives me a tiny nod to confirm my guess. A while ago, I was looking into how the other people are doing, and I made a side trip to the Abbey to visit Madame Gabrielle. And how's Gabrielle? She's still mostly the same, just that she seems more stable and calmer than before. She told me that she found focus in God and prays for her family to be forgiven, and she feels blessed. She says that she can't do anything for now, and so she prays to God to ask that you'll be happy every day, and she told me to protect you. Gabrielle, and she's so kind as ever. And then we went into the children at the entrance of the Abbey, and I wanted to give them some money to go buy bread, but she stopped me. And she told me that it's better to rely on oneself to earn a living instead of relying on others. Gabriel's a jerk. Everyone can use money all the time. So she taught the children how to bake pastry. She could also let them keep the money. She also hopes that the people will remember the goodness you done to them when they eat them. And yes, you know how me is Angel's favorite case now, and they're very popular too. Oh, Gabriel didn't have to do all this. And Your Majesty, you have very good friends indeed, and I never had the opportunity to get to know her, but I know that she is worthy of respect. And I take another bite of the cake and hurry wipe away my tears. And Miss Angel, why are you crying? The children's worried eyes move me once again, and there's so many mixed feelings within me that I don't even know what to say. I ruffle their hair and think of what I might tell them, something very important. Oh, you're very good friends, so no matter what happens, you truly must treasure your friendship, okay? Just as Miss Angel and the other lady. Yes, it's just like them. Let me see. Alright. If Miss Angel says so, I'll try to be the best friends with Cecilia here. But I just decided that I'm going to protect Miss Angel for now and won't let Chris have a chance. And Chris gives me a huge grin and I pat him on the head and Chris crosses his arm. Tres, how could you? I want to protect Miss Angel. No, I'll be the one. Me. Oh god, the children are annoying regardless of what. Whatever, I'll protect her. Lafayette. Instead of responding, Lafayette simply turns towards me and gives me the gentlest smile I ever seen on him. And again, I've seen a lot of kids and I never seen him like say those lines before, but whatever. But then again, I don't know how kids act when they're in front of somebody that they genuinely admire. Moving along. In the aftershaves, I feel calm and at peace. And as though the hands have washed me clean, and with a fresh mind, I can look forward to a better future. May my ancestors and my descendants be blessed by your holiness, and may the people of France be blessed, and may the civilians, the clergy, the noblemen, the royalty, enjoy the glorious future together. Am I missing anyone? I pray with all my heart that God will be merciful. Praised by thy name, amen. And when the long mass and prayers have ended, everyone else has left, and I remain kneeling on the mat and looking up at the image of God. My Lord in heaven, when I first arrived in this world, I never asked you for anything, and I know that I should rely on myself to change my faith, and with your blessing I am now overjoyed to accomplish that goal, and it is unbelievable. And I began remembering everything that has taken place up until now, the conflict with Adeline, the danger of Zubaida's necklace, almsgiving, and the conference with the nobles. And I know so many people here, and some of them good, some of them bad, and for the ambitions of some and sacrifice the happiness of others. France is changing, but I still haven't done enough. And even if I'm unable to make everyone in France have a blissful life, I do hope that at least all of the sacrifices do not go to waste. And my Lord in heaven, I humbly seek thy blessing and allow me to witness as well as take part in the changes of France, and may your glory illuminate our kingdom. What she should have done is made capital punishment illegal in France, so if things go wrong, at least she won't lose her head. I pray over and over again, hoping that doing so will strengthen my own resolve. The vendors are yelling the advertising the wares are usual, and various people walk by clutching bread and vegetables, and they all look happy. Brazil said that this season harvest has been good, and the people's lives have improved, and it looks like it's so true. And now they cannot eat their fill and have enough warm clothes to keep them well. What else can I do for them? You really are always thinking of the people, kind and adorable little bird. Who's there? And I am constantly shrinking the corner of the carpets and look around me, but I see no one. And just as I'm about to call to open the curtain, someone else pulls them open, and suddenly a familiar face appears in front of me. Good afternoon, Your Majesty, and I hope I didn't scare you. Dion, and how did you get in here? The carriage is moving. I ran. Only the dead are allowed to hear my secrets, and are you sure you wish to know them, Your Majesty? I want to know. I want to know, I'm just curious. I close my chest above my head, pretending that I am in the throes of death, and Dion stares at me in disbelief. Ha 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 ha. Dion laughs for a really long time before he manages to calm down, and he winks at me and points at the roof. When you got on the carriage, I hop on the roof and cover myself in a black cloth and lay down, and from the outside I just look like carriage has a bit more luggage shadow, and I just satisfy me with my little secret, Your Majesty. Just like magic, how interesting. But when you're looking for me, did the king give instruction? His Majesty is worried about your safety and has sent me to protect you on the way back to the palace. But I have been way too bored lately, and you've always been rather entertaining, so I felt like playing a little joke on you, and I hope you forgive me. It's okay, actually. I need to ask someone for advice, and you're here just in time. What else do you think I can do for the people? Your Majesty has already crafted a fairly comfortable birdcage, right? And just give it time, and the birds of France will be fly happy. Birdcage, huh? And I look out the window of the scenery and quietly think over Dion's fascinating words. And he just speaking the way he usually does, but somehow I feel that there's some deeper meaning hidden inside of them. If France is a birdcage, and what else would be more important for birds apart from fruit? A town-sturdy fortress comes into view is the Bastille, the most prominent building in the heart of Paris. The clay color and the narrow windows look suffocating. Dion, do you know what it's like inside the Bastille? Of course, that's my back garden. I can tell you all about the secrets of every single occupant, and even one time they let out a fart. No, I just want to know what it's like in general, for example, the environment. And who's there? Oh, it certainly can't compare to Bastille, the most comfortable prison in France, and sometimes I like to nap there. And there are only 7 occupants, including 2 mentally ill people and 4 forgers. So few, and they don't sound like serious crimes. And what about the last person? What did he do? Just a criminal that a beautiful bird shouldn't concern herself with. And the uncharacteristic hesitation and evasive reply makes me even more curious than ever. Can I go take a look? Your Majesty, curiosity killed the cat. But I'm not a cat. But I'm even more curious now that you said that. And so what kind of a place and what kind of a person would be unwilling to talk about? Even if I were curious for the sake of the people and I understand France, I should take a look. Your Majesty, your status is unsuited for such a place. It wouldn't be good thing for you to be spotted. Who says I should go to the front door, and if the king were to find out, not only will he reject, he will worry too, but don't you think about stopping and going there to take a look today no matter what? You just said it's your back garden, so you should know all the secret passages in the other place, am I right? But you promised to work together with me. No problem. Then please change out of those eye-catching clothes, and even the most secretive brass won't protect you if you draw attention like that. Don't worry, I'm pretty good at changing the way I look. I got this one from the previous Taste Your Works. It's just like you said, it's clean and comfortable and doesn't look like prison at all. Looks like our little bird has finally satisfied your curiosity. I'm glad. And your majesty is satisfied, and we should be heading back to the palace. It's getting late, and we shouldn't let the king worry. Dio seems to have lost his usual detachment and appears rather anxious. And just I'm about to ask him some questions, out of the corner of my eye, I notice a head at the bars of a room, and the person is suddenly waves at us. Oh, look, look, what a beautiful angel. I am Sade, and I've been waiting all my life to meet someone as beautiful as you. And if you're willing to tell me your name, I'll die with no regret. You are certainly very bold, but unfortunately I cannot tell you my name. And he gives a curious look, and when his eyes shift to Dion, they look lifeless and dull. The perfect figure, all those enchantingness, or anyone standing next to you will lose all of their charm. He keeps heaping compliments on me, but I realize that for the first time, Dion seems to have lost his usual humor. Your Majesty, may I kill him? What? Of course not. He's not worthy of your sympathy. His uncontrollable lust has tainted countless men and women. No, no, my beautiful angel. How could you cause such a wonderful thing a taint? Everyone was winning, and I never forced anyone. And I believe that the other beautiful birds in the world would send me if a twisted pervert disappears in the face of the earth, Your Majesty. I guess Ian often gets his passionate overtures when he comes to his back garden, but I can approve of that because he hasn't done anything to warrant death. Too bad, it was such a great chance to improve the future of women, not of everyone in France. If you won't let me kill him, Your Majesty, then let us leave him now, and I'm afraid if he says more, I might kill him on impulse. Alright, then let's go look elsewhere. Under the outside guidance, I take a look at everyone in prison here, and this might be the best prison in all of France, but I can tell from their eyes and their words that they long for freedom. This prison seems to have lost its original purpose. Is there really a need to hold these petty criminals captive? That is up to you. That is up to you and King. Perhaps we should use better mode of punishment so we can give them a chance to turn over a new leaf. But I guess I will require a big fare of money too. And the end doesn't reply. Instead, he just listens quietly. I think about it for a while, and after considering every detail, finally make up my mind. Let's go back. I want to see the king immediately. I guess you made up your decision. You might say yes. If there's anything more I can do for the people of France, I guess tear down the Bastille. Well, yeah, I guess that would work for changing fate, cause like the last place that Queen Marie Antoinette spent before losing her head was in the Bastille. As I returned to Versailles from the Bastille, I got involved in a lengthy discussion with the Creme Brasier and the others in the study for days, before we finally managed to polish my idea. And as the king's birthday was drawing near, we decided to publicly announce a huge change during the banquet. My dear, I am absolutely honored to dress you up for this occasion. Leonard, I haven't seen you in ages, and I thought I'd see a different tailor today. How could the most beautiful woman in France go without her Leonard by her side? That's right, I couldn't help feeling like something was missing from the days you've not been around. And where do you go? Oh, my dear, now's that's the time to peruse the matter. And it's the king's birthday, and you are the hostess of the banquet. Aren't you looking forward to seeing what I designed for you? I was overjoyed seeing you that I actually forgot. Really, I am so happy that you miss me so much. Elena's shivering mood is affecting me, and I haven't been to a ball for quite a long time, and suddenly I'm looking forward to the grandest annual party in France. Oh yes, when I was preparing your outfit, I heard so much about the things you've done. My beautiful, intelligent queen, I'm so proud of you. And you keep praising me, I might forget and attending the banquet. Oh, that won't do. I spent 6 months on this outfit and can't change it now, and I can't wait to see how you're looking so sophisticated and charming. Oh my goodness, you are so beautiful. Not even Venus can compare to you. Please don't compare me to Venus. The last person that was compared to Venus got cursed. Like the Greek gods are very vindictive with people that are compared to them. That's ridiculous, but I really do love this office. I don't know how to thank you. Invite her to become the head designer. I just thought of something. If you're winning, you can be the one and only royal designer of Versailles. Oh really, my dear, that makes me very happy and it's tempting, but I'm afraid I must turn it down. I am winning. If there's anything you're worried about, then tell me and I hope solve your problem. Leonard sighed and there's a hint of frustration in his voice. Freedom. I desire freedom. I only design clothes when I'm happy, and I only get inspired by people I like, so I apologize, but I must turn down your offer. I just want to be your one and only designer and say the most beautiful goddess on earth. Okay? I won't make any more requests that will annoy you, but I look forward more often to chat and have tea. Oh, I love to spend the whole night telling you just how much I like you, but it's time for you to go, so promise that you'll astound everyone at the party. Of course, and I'll tell everyone that the person who designed this outfit is none other than my talented friend Leonard. The corridors are brightly lit with the grand lights and all the way to the banquet hall, where the aroma of wine, fruits, and luscious cuisine fills the air, and the sound of merriment fills your ears. Men and women alike are dressed in their finest, and you can hear their laughter wherever you go, signifying that tonight's ball is magnificent. I take the king's straight hands and we walk together to the raised platform in the center hall, and we look down and slowly wave at the attendees. For France, long live the king, long live the queen. Today is my birthday, and I'm delighted that all of you can join us to celebrate this event. And under the rule of Louis XIV, France reached grand heights and enjoyed a glorious era. Unfortunately, that did not continue. And due to various reasons, the country sank to a state of crisis and we lost the trust of the people. And it was the most unfortunate era of France, but now I can confidently announce to all of you that it is now becoming better. Now it will become the best era of France. And the king pauses for a while and surveys the people in the room. And as all of you know, we have been constantly changing and we will not stop. And this is all thanks to the people in particular, Blaisdell, Lafayette, and Ferrer, and my queen, Marie Antoinette. Not only has she changed her soul, she has brought change upon us. And just as many in the world could earn the trust and respect of a kingdom and its king. And I am more beyond words, and I am proud as well, and I have accomplished something I didn't dare hope that I would finish. And today we are about to announce another important change, and this is a suggestion from the Queen, and I hope that everyone listens to what she has to say. I'm deeply grateful to everyone for this opportunity, and I thank you all for helping France to get better and better. But I hope that the changes won't be limited to physical assets, but will extend to other ways the kingdom's rule. And I wish to demolish the Bastille, and not everyone seems to accept the idea, and some people start whispering to one another, and they look ill at ease. I hope that France will become the most well-governed country in the world, and if no laws are broken, there is no need for a prison. Of course, the Bastille is just the beginning, and we will work with pleasure and slowly release state prisoners in controlled fashion. And if people need not use taxes to maintain prisoners, the public can be used to build more public amenities such as libraries and schools. And we may have salons and knowledge and shouldn't be restricted to the nobles, and I hope all people will have access to current education and knowledge. It all sounds very nice, but forgive me, Your Majesty, for asking, what do you plan to do with the state prisoners? France does not need state prisoners and will not have state prisoners, and that is the will of the king. From now on, France will become more liberal and will welcome people from other countries and employ them. That is my promise. And for example, Confessor from Sweden, he has often provided us with valuable ideas and suggestions during conference and has contributed a great deal. No one will deny that he and Lafayette Blaisdell have been very important to the implementation of recent reforms, and each and every one of them has been crucial. Your Majesty, my King, please allow me to correct you, and right now I announce to everyone here that I am a citizen of France. Fersen. The king is offended and affirmative smile and then turns his gaze to the audience. In the past, we imprisoned Voltaire, but I promise that he will be the last person to be imprisoned for his opinions. From now on, anyone is welcome to express their opinion on how to improve France. What could go wrong? Instead of just states, people, and nobles having a say, we will provide a channel for people to provide feedback so that France will truly become a liberal country. The king rarely gave such a passionate speech, and his words had moved the audience, filling them with hope for the future. And Lafayette and Blasier come forward together with Fenner, and they go down on one knee in front of the audience. I, Lafayette, do solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. Alright. That I will be forever loyal to France and to the king and queen. And I will continue serving the court in Versailles until the day until your majesties get tired of me, and I hereby declare my loyalty. The opening speech had now reached an end, and looking at the smiling faces all around me, I know that once again we will change history. Not, not only am I grateful, I am deeply moved that I was able to experience all of this in person. And you were at the beginning of the feast, and I have one last thing to say to you. We all have our struggles and we have experienced conflict, but we should take a delight in the fact that we are all winners in the end. And France is the greatest winner of all, and this is our sheer victory for France. For France, for France. The sheer sped throughout the hall and the Pacific and becoming louder and louder as though the entire country is celebrating. France is marching towards a glorious future. In the moment of glory, I reflect upon everything that has happened in this world, and the sorrow and the joys and engagement. And if he hasn't experienced all that, then I will not exist. And I think of the person who has been supporting me through all this time, and I've been helpless and afraid, and that person is... It's been about half a year since the reform, and through many unpleasant things to remain, France continues to change and start anew. The king decides to hold a grand banquet for everyone to celebrate and to bless France. And before the banquet, Brasdera arranges for a painter to paint a portrait of the king and I. And I hear the painter will be hung in the hall to showcase the dignity of the royal family. And after several hours of sitting for the painting, we hold the banquet, and the long day is finally at an end. And when the banquet is in full swing, I find an excuse to escape the hall, and I hurry to the garden to for that person. First, Mary, you don't need to run, you might fall and hurt yourself. And you say you had a big surprise for me, and I wouldn't want to miss it for the world. I can give you another surprise, but there's only one to you, Mary. And you always know what to say. But I don't just talk like this to anyone. You're special. Ah, stop. Show me the surprise. Yes, princess. And first it brings me deeper into the garden where there's a pool. And I look curious in all directions, but notice nothing special, and a sense of disappointment creeps over me. The surprise isn't complete yet. You need to wait a while. But I promise you won't have to wait for long. Do you believe me? Alright. But if you let me down, how should I punish you? You won't get a chance to. Never. And I should do my utmost to fulfill every single promise I make to you, be it big or small. I know I'm just teasing you. You don't have to sound so serious. And a breeze passes, bringing us the fragrance of the flower, and the night air is chilling, and he subconsciously stands in the way to shield me from the breeze. And time passes, and I suddenly pretty sleepy when Fresnel suddenly claps his hand. Now, Marie. What? Come stand here and look into the pool. Alright. And I go to the spot and look down and instantly understand what his surprise is. Oh, that's beautiful. The moon is reflected on the surface of the water, and the glory reflection ripples gently along the water. There's something I've been wanting to tell you for a long time, but back then I was still young and immature, and I didn't have the strength to stand by your side, even though you're a married woman and the Queen of France, but to hell with him. The me now isn't still good enough, but at least I stand by you with dignity. Ah, Ferdinand. France is finally at peace, though I do not know what the future holds, but I will give all my this country to protect you as your knight. And I wonder what to give you as a gift, but no matter what I consider, there's nothing that's good enough for you. So I thought of the moon. And you used to call me a white rose. Am I the moon now? Yes. In the past I wanted to keep you all to myself, but now the whole France wants to have you, and do you not find me pitiful? And I hang my head shyly and do not answer. But after experiencing so many things, I think I finally saw things through. And as long as we can get along like this, I don't need to capture you. And Fraser looks into my eyes and gives me a gentle smile I ever seen in his face. The goddess herself will come to me. At 10 a.m., my very own night. Alright, so we wish one of the little endings, or one of the little happy endings. But the story continues. Okay, what was the last one? Okay, I did 2-8. Okay, so now, okay, so we got it to 2-8, so that's the end of that arc. So now we go to 2-9. So yeah, so in the by following this path, I avoided losing my head. So now is 2-9 is trigger if I choose a different option in 2-1. According to what we discussed, La Fayesta's gathering the people and seriously finds many commoners to form the third estate and commoners both with status and power, and everything's progressing more smoothly than I imagined. And today's the day of the conference. Marine, you should get ready, and are you going to do something about the estate general with the king today? So yeah, in this branch of the plot, we didn't throw Gabriela under the bus. Many of the attendees today hate the nobles, and you need to be careful. I know, but this is something I must face in a challenge I must overcome, and I will do my best to make sure that the conference is successful. I pray for the heavens to bless us and let France survive this crisis. You're already trying so hard, and I'm sure God will be merciful. Gabriel's gentle smile fills me with warmth, and so I'm reassured. There isn't much time left, and I should get changed. This outfit should be appropriate for an important meeting. Yes, now I must go. Dressed in a formal yet not overly grand gown, I meet up with the king and get changed into the carriage, and the king is silent during the journey. And I know that he's worried about the conference, whether his result will be successful, and about the result. Your Majesty, I think you know that it won't be easy to maintain our view under the pressure. In fact, it'll be extremely difficult. But because of your resolve to put this reform in place, if we succeed, we shall revive the kingdom's finances. And I believe that your choice is the right one, and that it's your courage and wisdom will impress us. Reforms are not easy, but they are part of a king's duty, and every time we wish to gain the cooperation of the clergy and the nobles, the commoners end up getting taxed. But I will not let the other estates stream the responsibility. Mary, I am prepared to be hated and cursed by them all. You think that's wise? I mean, the guillotine just got invented. Just saying. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just hope that I can solve the kingdom's crisis and move. Yes, I'm praying for that too, and I hope that you'll be able to do my part for the conference, but you. I know that the king is worried about with my past reputation. Taking part in a conference has not seemed like a wise decision at all. It's because it's such a crucial point that I should take part in the conference. Your Majesty, you should let everyone know that this is a conference that France has never seen before. Anyone is eligible to attend as long as they love this country, and all who attend shall be heard. The king looks at me quietly as though he's wondering if it's feasible, and after a while he slightly nods his head. I guess there's some logic there, and at the very least you convinced me. Since we're trying to carry out a reform, perhaps we should start from the very root of the matter. Thank you, Marie. All for your friends. Listening to the carriage, we will slowly close our eyes as though we are both praying to God. We step into the hall while holding hands, and everyone's eyes turn towards us, and I know that doesn't mean that they support us, or rather they are astonished that I'm here. And some even look at me reproachful while they mutter under their breath, but when Lafayette takes down the stand, the commotion dies down and the hall is silent. Thank you all for coming to the Estates General to contribute to the future of France. Excuse me, I think there's something really important that we must now address. Can somebody explain to me why is the Queen here? The nobles are here to discuss how to save the kingdom's finance, and why you're letting a woman know for being spendthrift to attend the discussion. Your Majesty, this is a mockery. How dare he without waiting for the king to be glare right back at them? I thought that the Marquis de Lafayette has already made things clear, and that we are all here for the future of France. And I'm not here for that purpose, but what about you, Your Majesty? What are you doing here? Showing off your latest outfit. And I agree with Duke Villars, people who squander the country's money simply have no right to be here, and that includes the Queen herself. And only the peddlers on the streets of Paris will calmly blindly take part in any commotion. Your Majesty, you are a disgrace to the King. And I lift my head up amid the curious and suspicions of everyone in the room. And courage is welling up from within me and running to my base, and part of my royal pride and self-confidence. Do you think you can deny me the chance to participate in this conference just because you don't think I have the right to be here? But I believe that everyone has a right to be heard as long as it is for the sake of the kingdom. Whether they are clergy, nobility, or even peddlers on the streets of Paris, they all have a right and the duty to do their part for France. The attendants appear stunned by my words, and everyone is looking at me in shock. I'm here because I want to prove to everyone that no matter who you are, you can still help save this country in your own way. Even if you're here for the sake of the country, and what has got to do with it, everyone's duty and responsibility. The kingdom's finances are experiencing a long-term crisis, and everyone should make sacrifices to make the kingdom. Your Majesty, out of everyone here, and I'm afraid that you're the one who has the least right to say. The clergy and the nobles look at me snugly, and some of the commoners appear amused too, and they are waiting to see how I'm going to respond to this. I quell my rage and sweep a scathing glance across the nobles, and to everyone's surprise, I slowly walk forward. Well, I can attack the nobles for being just as careless with their money and Baron Douglas, but I don't wish to do so, and why not? Because fighting one another is pointless and does nothing to help the kingdom. The royal family, the clergy, the nobility have always been far more wealthy and enjoy more privileges than the rest of France. But where does all of your money come from? From the vast numbers of commoners in the kingdom. The clergy and the nobles have the most, but contribute the least. Is that fair? The commoners are nodding and muttering the agreement, and this gives me courage to continue. The nobles are the roots of France, and the clergy the bridge between God and our people, and our civilians are the very foundation of France itself. And every single state is invaluable and necessary to the kingdom, and we should not fight one another. Instead, we should work together for the sake of the country. The commoners have been contributing the most, and now at this point of crisis, we should not take up the responsibility as well. I am willing to act as an example, and I believe that you will follow. Am I right, Baron Douglas? And I hope that your expenditures can keep up with your fashion habits as well as your example, Your Majesty. Yes, I spent frivolously in the past, but I am willing to change for the sake of this country. And if even an ignorant woman like me, who only knew how to party, can do my part for France, then may I be so daring as to ask, what about you, gentlemen? Are you capable of doing your part? Douglas seems unable to reply me instantly, and he sputters indignantly. The windows of opportunity pass, and everyone can only glare at me silently. The commoners stare at me as though they can believe what's happening before their eyes. Well put, my queen. Douglas, you should be ashamed of yourself. The king stands and starts clapping. Some of the commoners start clapping as well, and eventually there's a loud applause. And Francis is indeed blessed by the heavens to have a queen who cares so deeply for his kingdom, and I believe that everyone here will show their support for the queen's views. Yes, Your Majesty, I support the reform, and I am willing to pay taxes from now on and do my part. Do not forget me, Lafayette. I am too here. And more noble families publicly announce their support and the tide in favor to the royal family, and I look at each and every one of them with gratitude. If the Queen is implying that if we do not support the reform, we are not doing our duty, you are deliberately setting us up and accusing us of not saving France. I believe that the Queen has no intention of implying anything of the sort. She is merely encouraging you to follow in your ancestors' footsteps and contribute towards the glory of France. All of you should be concerned about this, whether you are willing to support the royal family and the civilians in your quest to help France. Your Majesty, I think I already contributed enough. Must I donate all of my money I have in order to impress my love for France? Exactly, the royal family has run out of money and wants to bleed the nobles dry. The royal family only wishes to lessen the load on the civilians, and that is why we have shifted part of the burden of the taxes from the commoners to the nobility and clergy. The representatives for the commoners are also present, and after hearing your objections, would they blame you for attempting to disrupt the conference and add to the tax burden of the third estate? And I believe that you would not want this sort of misunderstanding to occur, would you? The nobles look very shocked on the frog, but even if they're unwilling to fork over the money, they now know where they stand. Let us consider it for a few more days, and you can expect us to make a decision on this part where it is something this important. That's right. And now that they found a straw to grasp, many of the opposing nobles nod their head as Count Montego, and the King Lafayette exchanges glasses after a moment's thought, and the King speaks. Then we shall allow everyone a bit of time to consider, but I believe that you will not let me down and betray my trust. And I look at the noble's slight expression, and I know that things aren't going to turn out the way we want them. But we already achieved good progress, and I can only hope that this will bring about real change. A few days after the conference, the king asked to see me, and when I enter the study, I tell them the bad news. Well, those nobles have banded together and refused to pay taxes. And they were happy with the tax reform, but I'm still sure that they will dare to go against the throne. Yes, unfortunately, there are those who dare to defy you publicly in the conference. I knew they were only trying to buy time. Your Majesty, perhaps we should take measures against those who dare to rebel against the throne. For example, announce their names publicly or force them to pay taxes. And this way they'll be able to answer to the people. My queen, I feel the same as you, and I should do so, but I'm afraid I have no power over them. No power over them. They looked down on the royal court for a very long time, and things have been worsening ever since Louis XV. And the king does not continue, but everyone in the room looks discomforted as though this is a taboo topic. Louis XV considered consort with Baron du Barry in the palace, and to the nobles it must have been a huge insult to see a commoner enjoying the life of a queen and wielding the same power. If we try to force them, they might an advantage over us instead, and I understand that you're angry, Your Majesty, but please calm down. Am I to understand your concern, and is there no other way, and must we give in to them? There are many nobles, and they have influence in society and over the economy, and if we do not strike at the right of the whisper, they may choose to publicly defy the king. The news on the streets of Paris is filled with bad talk about the court, especially the talk about the way you spend money. What are they saying? Just fight off it, don't take heart into it. And without knowing the content, I know more or less what they are saying, and it's sort of a nightmare that just won't go away and keeps coming back the moment I think I got rid of it. Why can't they see all the things I've done? We understand, Your Majesty, but in their eagerness to attack the real court, no matter what you do, they will choose to ignore it and keep on attacking you. Meanwhile, a lot of the people are spreading Voltaire's views regarding freedom on the streets of Paris, encouraging people to think about overthrowing the royalty. This is rather a critical matter as well. Freedom of speech isn't wrong, and it's a progressive for this age, but not at the cost of the destruction of the royal court. Michael Flint's feelings prevent me from offering my opinion on the matter, and I remain silent while the rest continue with the discussion. The nobles have never supported freedom of speech, and they're just using this as an excuse to demand the royal family to give up more power. Yes, they may be encouraging the civilians to wrest power from the throne, but they intend to reap the benefits themselves. But what will the people think? And they are working together with the nobles for mutual benefit, and when they realize they are on the losing end, they will turn on the nobles, and the two states will fight on, and no matter who wins, it's a bad future for France. Well, and that's actually what ended up happening after, like, the French Revolution. Like, the guys who started the French Revolution, especially Maximilien Robespierre, who sent a bunch of people to the guillotine, he ends up getting guillotined by the moderates of his political party. It's like, it ended up like a heads rolled literally everywhere. It was a bloody mess. And then Napoleon showed up, and then Napoleon left, and then the kings came back, and then they left, and then they were thrown out, and then there was Napoleon III, and like the French history after like the French Revolution got like really messy. Long periods of instability. Well, things really get that horrifying. Once I understand what Lafayette is saying, a shield spreads to me. I can almost see where this is leading to the revolution, and I know what the consequences will be. My queen, your hands are shaking. Why are you so scared? I am worried that they will rebel against the nobles and that I will lose my head. Can we at least about this get abolish capital punishment so we don't get guillotined? They won't. Things are going smoothly as we hope, but there's no need for you to worry so much. The king is right. A small number of people are causing trouble, but after the States General, most of them have placed their trust in the royal family's resolve to carry out the tax reform. So you don't have to worry about that, Your Majesty. I guess so. The scheming nobles, the angry civilians, they're both pressuring issues and may lead to a rebellion. I don't think they believe me no matter what I say. Your Majesty, we don't even have to lift a finger, and if they were to push for freedom, those who encourage it will be the ones facing the music. Are you suggesting that we let the nobles deal with the needs of the commoner? Yes, I could mention this point during the conference too, and if the people wish to demand freedom, rights, and equality from the royal courts, we can tell them that. They can go to those who are already enjoying the privileges, but the nobles can possibly give them the governing power they wish to have, nor can they a constitutional monarchy, right? Wouldn't an administrative reform require the approval of the nobles? Since the royal family respects the will of the people and the nobles also the people of France, the royal family can possibly do anything without the agreement from all. Anyone with any brains would understand this. I think they can swear that this may lead to violence between the nobles and commoners. Conflict leads to casualties, but I prefer to think of such things as convenient way to rid of France of its tumors. We cannot use the nobles as a shield, and if they decide to band together to attack the throne, the result will be disastrous. Conflicts and interests will prevent a united front, and as long as we make good use of that, we will be able to control the situation. I heave a sigh and finally give up trying to make them understand what I'm wearing. The king gives me a concerned look. Perhaps I look a bit ill. Wearing too much won't change things, and we can only make for the nobles and the civilians to make their next move before we can decide on how to respond. The conference must be draining you, and I think everyone needs to book some rest, and let's put an end to today's meeting then. He's right, even though I know how it's gonna end, and despite having done so much, I might not be able to change history. And the people born in this age can't possibly change it either. I curse you and leave, and now I need some time to sort out my feelings. Your Majesty, you look really pale. What's happened? I'm just wondering how painful the guillotine might be. Madame du Barry is suddenly concerned, surprising me, and her voice is gentler than usual and does soothe me somewhat. I'm just a bit moody. Nothing's wrong. I'm very happy and proud to see that you've done so much for France, but please do take care of yourself as well for the sake of France. And it's lovely out there evening, and perhaps Your Majesty would like to get changed to go for a stroll. Alright, thank you for your suggestion. I'll do just that. Let's go stroll. What people used to do for fun back then, just like walking about waiting for something to happen. The garden is quiet and deserted, and only the rustling of the leaves in the light breeze and the chirping of the crickets can be heard. I decide to walk alone and hope that the cool breeze will help me feel better. There can't possibly be anyone else around, but then I spot a familiar figure. Marie, I thought you'd be in your room, and why are you out so late? I'm feeling a bit unsettled, so I came out to enjoy the breeze. I used to worry about the stuff in the afternoon, but Blaisdell is right. Whoever stirs up trouble should answer for it themselves. He is so concerned for me, and how do I tell him that the nobles and royalty alike will eventually be casualties during a rebellion? He's like me though, he doesn't belong here, and yet he's trapped here. But should I even ask him what he thinks at all? If it turns out that Blaisdell is right, then that would be great. Francis, can I ask you a question? Ask me anything. If the resentment against the royal blood blows up and triggers a rebellion, if everyone wants to put an end to the royal family, what would you do? Me. I might not be able to sway their thoughts, and I might not be able to save others, but I will protect those dear to me to my very last breath. And that includes you, my dear Marie. Oh, Fersen. I really tough to hear you say that, but I really do wish you treasure your own life. You're not French and you could return to Sweden to live a peaceful life. Leave a place that treasures me and return to a country that does not care about me. No, I'd rather die here. You never mentioned anything about this before, and I thought that you came here because of your ambition. There are some things I don't talk about because I do not wish to ruin the trust you place in humanity. If it were possible, I'd allow you to remain my carefree princess untouched by this cruel, cruel world. But I want to know, tell me. Francis' eyes are full of bitterness, but he's unable to reject me, so he begins. Before leaving Sweden, I thought of contributing to my home country many times, but I'm not the eldest, and there are some things I just can't do. So I came to France, and I thought of carving out a career here, and I hadn't been a smooth journey, but I did manage to chase after my dreams. So that's why you took part in the American War. Partly, I can only say that the opportunity came my way and gave me a good reason to leave France. And I met the one during a costume ball in Versailles, but when I found her identity, my love became a terrible curse. And I see myself reflected in his eye, and his bitter smile tells me exactly who he's talking about. I. Fate brought me to the American to take part of the Revolutionary War, and that changed my life. And I can't say I am the bravest, but at least I put in my sweat and blood like the rest of the soldiers without the benefit of my class. I am no longer a noble nor a privileged son, but the man called Hans Axel von Fersne. And France recognized my capabilities, and America confirmed my existence, and it was like a dream come true. Everything that I care about is here, and I will not and do not wish to go anywhere else. And Marie, do you understand what I mean? Won't you regret? I never regret, even if I die. I guess I can understand. The me now has a similar feeling of belonging after all. And I look at him quietly, and I feel as though he has taken up all of my jumbo stuffs and straightened them out. Perhaps we can only do our very best to aid this place. And whether or not things could really get as bad as I imagine, I really do hope that everything I do will minimize the damage. Before the States General, I already had a bad feeling, and now the change is now even more obvious. But you really aren't the same anymore. Oh, what's different about me? Perhaps I should bid goodbye to the princess I remember, but I'm very happy that you are now a compassionate queen who cares for her people, and perhaps you're not aware just how amazing you were during the conference, but I will never forget. I am not as wonderful as you say, Fenner. I'm just an ordinary woman. I guess my princess, no, my queen won't believe me no matter what I say, and well, then I will just have to prove words with actions. I won't hesitate to solemnly say that I will be forever your true friend, and that my love shall not waver or die till death. And this moment, witness God, and I am not the kind of fan for being myself. I know you're not dedicating my heart and soul to the only one. And I believe that with her assistance, the king's rules, France shall head towards a most glorious future. Or the guillotine, whatever happens first. I believe that under her protection, the people of France shall be blessed, and for she's an angel sent from heaven. And I swear I will be her knight and protect her for all eternity, just as I protect the people of France as count. And then God me by witness, I swear to be her loyal forever, the brave and beautiful Marie Antoinette. I, my dear queen, will you accept my oath? And his sincerity has melted my heart, and I start to tear, and every single word sounded so resolute and full of conviction, even more importantly. The one who is swearing this oath isn't Marie Antoinette, but me as the Queen of France. Ferdinand, no Hans Van Ferdinand, I accept you as one and my only knight. And I swear to God, I will never abandon you and the people of France who have placed their trust in me. Thank you for your sentence, my queen. Alright, that was 10 no, I guess it's 2:11 now. Why am I getting confused? Well, I can't read anymore. Bye bye. Well, I'll continue with the story then the next time. Bye bye and God bless.